Okay. Thought I would try recording this comprehensive example of under the command section of the rules for to make Georgia howl. Roughly where I left off before, but in any case, this should be a comprehensive example of rolling for CPs and broadcasting CPs. All right, so setup. Johnston is right here in hex, is set up in hex 2716 at this crossroads near Resaca. And Johnston has with him, Hardy and all three, no, I mean Hardy and three of his four divisions with him in the same hex. Then Bate. Bate is also Hardy's, but Bate is with Stevenson, who are under Hood. Right there, Hood in hex 2720, which is 4 hexes south of Johnston along that road. And then Hindman is over here at this on this road hex. 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes due east of Johnston. And Stewart is back here. Another 4 hexes south of Hood in this hex 2624. Alright, so that's the setup for this example. So the Confederate player rolls, and he rolls a 1, for example. So the Confederate player rolls a 1 for Johnston's CPs, command points. This yields 1 CP. So they must be talking about this table, right? Command table, roll to 1, command point table 1. Okay. So Johnston attempts to broadcast this CP, this 1 CP to Hood. So Johnston is broadcasting his 1 CP, not his 1 because it's not used up, but he's broadcasting 1 CP to Hood, 4 hexes away. He's rolling a 5 at the distance of 3 hexes. That looks like 4 hexes to me. Did I get this right? 2716, and 2720. Yeah, that's 4 hexes. Unless you only count the intervening. Procedure, broadcast range. All right. When computing broadcast distance, do not count the broadcasting commander's hex, but do count the subordinate's hex. All right, that just seems to be a typo. There should be 4, I think. So he attempts to broadcast to Hood. He rolls, and for our example, he rolls a 5. He rolls a 5 at the distance of 4 hexes. He succeeds. How do we know he succeeds? What does succeeding mean? What does succeeding mean? I'm not sure. Rolling 5 at the distance of 3 hexes, he succeeds. Broadcasting. Unless he means full. Is that even... Oh. Okay, succeed, I guess, means 0, which is the same as full. Alright, there are some rough inconsistencies, but I'll figure it out. So 0 is the same as what the rules refer to as full. Full, the subordinate receives the full number of CPs that the broadcasting commander received. Okay, place a number marker, record how many CPs each leader receives. So they must mean rolling 5 at the distance of 3 hexes, he succeeds. Yeah, he succeeds in broadcasting that 1 CP because there is no reduction. Okay, so let's just say we continue on. So I guess we could put a 1 CP marker on Hood because that's how many CPs he received. Okay. He could broadcast to Hindman. Remember Hindman, here, I'll leave this to the side. Hindman does belong to Hood, and he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes away from Hood. He could broadcast to Hindman from either Johnston. Yeah, okay, the Confederate player could broadcast from Johnston or from Hood, because it's the Supreme Commander, and this is Hindman's intermediate leader. Johnston is closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Johnston 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Hood is 6 away. So Johnston is closer, so he uses Johnston. Makes sense. A die roll of 1. So the Confederate player rolls the die, and he gets a 1, for our example. Yeah, die roll 1 gives a -1 result at a distance of 4 hexes. Okay, yes, that I remember that. So number of MPs between leader and subordinate, 1 to 4, and he rolled 1. Yeah, 1 -1, but whoops, there we go. 1 to 4 movement points between. So is that actually movement points? So that's going along the road. Okay, cavalry 1 for road. So that would be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 movement points. Roll a 1. It is -1, so I assume that Heinemann gets nothing, right? Thus, Heinemann receives 0 CPs. And there are no 0 CP markers. Okay, all right. Okay, so Hood now broadcasts the CP he just received. Yeah, Hood received the 1. Marked there, actually. So Hood received the 1. Hood now broadcasts the CP he just received to Stewart, right? Because so here's Johnston. He successfully broadcasts his 1 CP to Hood, and Hood is now going to try to broadcast it to his subordinate Stewart, 4 hexes south again. Now we're going to Stewart. Die roll through more will give Stewart 1 CP. Is that 3 or more? Yeah, because I'm assuming, yeah, that is a road. There's a road between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's still that column. So he'd roll again to successfully, transmit. Okay. But we go on. Johnston's command rating is 2, and he is the senior leader in his hex. Yes. So all units in that hex may use 50% of their movement allowances. Right. Likewise, Hood's command rating is 2. That's funny. No, his marker says 3. Marker says 3. Oh, unless... That's correct, isn't it? Command rating is 3. Hood's command rating says 2 here, but the counter says 3, and he has 1 CP. So all units in his hex may use 50% of their movement loss. Wouldn't it be a third? He has 1 CP, is it? Yeah. Note that this applies to Bate. Bate is with Stevenson. Yeah. Who actually belongs to Hood's Corps. Right. No. This applies to Bate as well as to Stevenson, who actually belongs to Hood's Corps. Yeah, Bate. Yeah, Bate belongs to Hardy. Okay, all right. Heinemann cannot move at all unless he remains more than 6 hexes away from all units throughout the phase. Okay, 6 hexes. Phase. Stewart can use 50% of his movement allowance. Four MPs. Stewart, which is infantry. 8. 50% of 8 is 4. Huh. Well, interesting procedures. I still like how I think this is all going to come together. But, Yeah. Let's see how this all comes together. So, but Okay, if compare the Supreme Commander's CPs to his command rating. So in Hood's example, he has 1 CP, but his command rating is 3, and express the ratio as a percentage. That should be 33%. This is the percentage of his basic move allowance he may expend this turn. So that makes it sound like the higher the command rating, the worse a commander is, because it's going to be a ratio. Oh, no, it's not that simple. Okay, it's not that simple because obviously CPs will not always be 1. So, So if Johnston if Johnston rolled a 5 initially, he would have got 3 CPs to start with. And if he successfully broadcasts that full 3 to Hood, and so instead of 1, Hood gets 3, then 3 over 3 is 100%, which means that Hood would have, okay, so the higher the subordinate's command rating, the more CPs the superior commander needs to broadcast to it. Alright, about this other example. Johnston's 5 movement points away from Hardy and 9 movement points away from Cheatham. Cheatham is 4 movement points away from Hardy. Okay. Confederate Commander's command point table roll is 3. This means that Johnston receives and can broadcast 2 CPs. Johnston broadcasts to Hardy. The Confederate player rolls a 3 and checks the 5 to 8 column. The full result means that Hardy receives 2 CPs, the full amount Johnston has, rather than have Johnston broadcast to Cheatham on the 9 to 12 column. Oh yeah, we already have that. So Hardy has a command rating of 2. So in that example, when Johnston broadcasts 2 CPs to him, that ratio again is 1. That means that Hardy and everybody stacked with him are at full movement capability because command points in movement. This is the percentage of his basic movement allowance he may expend this turn. So Hood is harder to get moving than Hardy? Because if Johnston broadcasts 2 to Hardy, Hardy's 100% movement effective. And when Johnston broadcasts 2 to Hood, Hood is only 66% movement capable. Okay. Again, I want to see how this plays out in practice.